I was muted that whole time. You see how that worked? I always mute myself. I don't want people to hear me. Anyways, like I was saying, gonna play this football game. I do once a week on Sunday, football game. So, I will play this game, and then after the game, I'll talk a little bit. And then later tonight, like 8 o'clock Pacific time, I'm gonna do my little show, Talk Radio. So stay tuned for that. Tune into that. I'm not sure when I'll do Dandy's World again. Been having fun doing those little live streams, but we'll see when I do it again. I don't know. But let's get over to the game. You won't see my face on the game. I'm going to kind of leave my face out of it on here. PlayStation game, as usual. And I always like pause it and make it so the game plays by itself, and then I turn off my mic and camera, and y'all can't see nothing or hear nothing from me.
Tonight, from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's a special
Yeah, my team is Cleveland Browns until following season when I moved them. And moving from Cleveland to Portland, Oregon. So I thank all the people who view my videos and stuff like that on YouTube. I appreciate it.
We'll see Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns taking on Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders.
The folks here, they are bundled up, but they're ready for football as you get a look at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. Now, losers...
Go like that. Do the speed to slow. And then let me turn off my microphone so y'all don't hear me. And we'll get to the game. So I hope y'all enjoy it. I'll talk to you after the game.
The Browns kicker, Cody Parkey, all set, and off we go from First Energy Stadium. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Raiders getting ready to go to work for the first time, and they're led by their quarterback in his 8th season now in silver and black, Derek Carr.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Catch made, it's Moreau. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. To throw again on second down. Carr will find his tight end. That's Waller. A check on the numbers a week ago for Waller. 5 catches, 63 yards.
And the competition gets a little bit tougher here because he's got to go against the #1 ranked defense in the NFL against the pass, the latest incarnation of the no-fly zone.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team that had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And for the first time, here comes the Cleveland Browns offense. Quarterbacked by Baker Mayfield, 4th-year man from Oklahoma.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And that's McCoy, who is still down following the play. Appears shaken up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And he'll take a shot here for Hooper downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Mayfield. Got a man, that's Rashard Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Throwing, Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. A 1st down throw for Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Mayfield on play action. his throw is incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. Right hash, 37-yard attempts. And Parkey's kick is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field, because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 31, Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On first down, Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. So now Carr and the Raiders dealt a 3rd and long after that sack. Looking to throw. Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Browns Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And Thomas seems to be in some pain. He's still on the ground. We'll check on his status when we get back. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Renfro to return. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. And now Derek Carr. He is the focus of our players' spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Here's Carr. Got an open man. It's Ruggs. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. Derek Carr, very precise thrower of the football. What's the game plan for going up against him? Yeah, it used to be take away the short stuff, I know, but he's more than a dink and dunker, right?
And you are right about that. Great analysis of him, because he has evolved as a thrower. Now he can push the ball downfield, but still, the number one things you want to take away: short passes, intermediate passes. So sharp, precise, and accurate, you got to sit on those routes in order to cause him problems.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 4. Carr now to throw. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. To throw, it's Carr. He'll set up the screen to Drake. Busts through the tackle, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On 1st down, Drake, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Carr. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. On play action, it's Carr. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Jordan Elliott. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Henry Ruggs. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And that time, he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From his end zone, it's Demetric Felton. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mayfield off the play fake. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Raiders will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Carr. Reception here by Ruggs. And he goes out right around the 39. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Only needing 2 yards on second down. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving. Yeah, that's on the rookie first-round pick, Alex Leatherwood. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. Carr, a handoff here to Drake. And he's got room. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 39-yard line. Now Carr. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Carr. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd and 10, Mayfield. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Clelin Ferrell. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Able to slither by. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. He's got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Raiders first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. On play action, now Carr. And that's complete to Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Carr. Touchdown! That's caught. John Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
And McPherson on for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Jarvis Landry, helmet back on and ready to go. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to wreck. Oh, Chubb fumbled it, and the Raiders pick it up. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Mayfield looks to throw. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Here's Jamie Gillendown as he's on to punt for Cleveland. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Derek Carr getting set and ready to go again on offense here. And the numbers for the last drive, and he was perfect, which maybe isn't surprising because he has not missed a pass in this game yet.
And it lets you know just how precise things have to be for a quarterback to be perfect, because that means the line's blocking really well. No one's dropping any of the passes thrown to them, and the quarterback is accurate. It's almost like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter or a perfect game, isn't it? He's the principal guy, but he needs a lot of help.
Time to find out if he can keep that perfect game. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Jadeveon Clowney, and they're to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
So after the sack, Carr in Las Vegas with a 3rd and long.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Jadeveon Clowney racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Landry now on the return.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10.
Cleveland offense making their way out.
They were forced to punt last time. Now, I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Mayfield. Throw left side to Higgins. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Mayfield now. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Chubb. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. To throw, Mayfield. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's 4th. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll try to run with Hunt, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are back within a score.
This defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So that drives 7 plays in length. And Kareem Hunt, the one to finish it off, as he did so with a touchdown run. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Derek Carr getting ready to go again on offense. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis?
They'll take the offset. When you're talking about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
They'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter. So that'll back him up 5. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Here's Carr to throw. That's caught by Waller out left side. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. Their fullback try and push the pile. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here's A.J. Cole now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of run.
And the Raiders have got him. Quentin Jefferson. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hunt, and he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 15. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's Jamie Gillen now, standing just about on his own goal line. The return is Renfro. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
just shy of midfield. Carr.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Carr to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Shotgun now for Carr. The open man here, Renfro. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Again, they'll throw with Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. From the gun, it's Carr. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. In the early window on Sunday, one of the best happens up in Pittsburgh. A big one for the Steelers, as they'll have to do battle with the Tennessee Titans. In the late afternoon games, the place to be might very well be Denver, Colorado, where it'll be the Broncos taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. And finally, on Monday Night Football, we wrap up Week 15 with the Vikings and Bears from Soldier Field, a good one in the NFC North. In our game has been the play of Derek Carr that's led the way. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the 3rd. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from TCU, Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 41. And that one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. But hold everything because Darren Waller, the tight end, appears to be injured on that play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2nd and 7. Now Carr.
It's Brown. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 28.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
This is Scarborough. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Carr going to throw. And he'll find Moreau here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. To throw is Carr. And able to complete it to Moreau. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They run. This is Scarborough. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Carr. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown Raiders. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
McPherson now for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here comes Felton to bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
To throw again on 2nd down, Mayfield. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A give. This is Chubb. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing, Mayfield. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hunt.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that's now a half-dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Because CD, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you present it, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, it's way too many. And that's something they'll have to work on, hoping to get through the rest of this game without having to address it again.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Now Scarborough. He'll be dropped at the 30. The first broken tackle couldn't bust him free. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Carr. And he'll find Ruggs on the right side. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Carr now on 1st down. Got a man. It's Brown. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Here's Carr. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Jadeveon Clowney, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So now Carr and the Raiders dealt a 3rd and long after that sack. Looking to throw. Carr. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet. But they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Casey Hayward makes the tackle. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Mayfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Jonathan Abram picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
McPherson on for the point after. And the lead is up to 18 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. He'll drop to throw. There's the rookie from Auburn, Anthony Schwartz. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Got a man, it's Schwartz, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Costly there. You wipe out the first down. You also move further back.
No doubt about it. So you went from moving the sticks to them staying in the same spot, except for that one guy carrying the yard marker. He moves back farther.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mayfield. Over the middle, that's caught by Schwartz. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
First down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's got this down to the 35. 67 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Mayfield to throw it. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
From the 25 on 2nd down, Carr, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Now they'll run it with Scarborough. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They try again with Scarborough. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to small up the ball carrier.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. From midfield, here's Carr. Working the middle here, that's complete to Moreau, the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup there. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now Carr again. Catch made, it's Moreau. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. To throw, it's Carr. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Throwing his car on third down. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Browns drive about to get started. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the fourth quarter. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So that one a disaster, a big loss there with second down coming up.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. Third down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
First down, Mayfield. It's caught over the middle, Hooper. And he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 33. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 40 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. are going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Carr. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Carr now to throw.
Partner took a while for him to lock onto a receiver, and he finally found his man coming left to right across the formation. But by the time he got the ball to him, not much of a chance to turn upfield and make anything out of it.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. McPherson's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield swings this out for Hunt. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And again, it's Mayfield. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. A nifty move on the run, but ultimately stops short of the goal line down at the 2. This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. Chubb again. And Chubb fighting, but nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped short of that 1st down marker. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Anthony Schwartz, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible.
Parkey adds the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. It's Scarborough again, and little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Carr down to a knee, and that ought to just about do it. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Well, I know it points to this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Las Vegas, the final 3 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with the win. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Browns, their playoff hopes take a hit.
Yeah, y'all. So that was the game. Thank you for tuning in, those who did. As the game goes, like when the next season starts, like when the team moves to Portland, Oregon and stuff, and there's the Snowhawks or whatever they're going to be called, I will start doing like the video in the corner of me watching the game and playing along with the game and talking about the game as it's being played and stuff. But as for now, I just kind of have fun and just watch it as you all are watching it, and stuff like that. Gotta do a few things, advance the week to the next week. Yeah, you see my mouse on the screen. Sorry about that. So we got week 16, 17, and 18, 3 more weeks, and then the playoffs start. And Cleveland's, doing okay, but not perfect. So they may make the playoffs, they may not make the playoffs. Playoff picture right here. Yeah, the Cleveland Browns aren't on there, so they're not in the running right now. But see what happens in the next two games or so. So that about closes out for the Madden NFL. Next week, next Sunday, I will do this game, Green Bay versus Cleveland. So, I hope you all tune in to watch and enjoy it and stuff, because I enjoy doing the football games. And, some people will enjoy it, some people don't, but it's okay. But I got like 4 viewers overall right now watching. Well, 3. Because I'm watching on my cell phone, which they seem to count as 1 viewer on YouTube. I got 2 on YouTube, 1 on Twitch, which is okay, better than none. So I will close out now and see you next weekend for the next football game. And I will also see you tonight about 8 o'clock, so about 2.5 hours for Riley Radio, Talk Radio. On Riley Radio. So Talk Radio, we'll be talking about Halloween stuff, scary movies, scary haunted places, and just whatever. So I hope you all tune into that and enjoy it, because I have fun doing these videos. I have fun doing lives. I have fun with this stuff, and I just don't wish to bore people. But if I do, I do. You know what I'm saying? So I will talk to y'all later. Peace out, much love and gravy sauce.